I cannot find the people anywhere. I have WhatsApp them. I have emailed them, So I can't do anything else. I've tried. It's been since I think last November that I've been trying to reach them. My book was supposed to. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing this video. When you get in a situation with your book where you don't have total control of the book, you've written it or you've done a recording in some type of device, you've recorded it on your phone or you've just done a video of you talking and then it's transcribed and then you hand that over to somebody who then types the book. um, you're setting yourself up to where, okay, how much more control, do I have or do I need? So my suggestion is that once you have the typewritten book online, you need to have access to that all the time. So if someone is typing your book out for you, you want to have a Google Doc that you create. You are creating this Google Doc and you're giving the person access to it. And so they have the access and you can see as they're working. Like when they're typing in there, I mean, Google will even let you know when the person goes inside the document. So when they're typing, you can see that. And so you have that saved information. You're allowing them to edit everything. So as they are editing, just to protect yourself, you can make a copy of that other document and it's just for you to see and have. And the only reason I say this is to protect yourself, and you've paid for someone to do this work. But if they have total control over the document and say the relationship goes bad, we don't want to think that, but things happen, then all the work that they've done up to that time, they could just delete the whole thing. Then you have nothing and you're starting from scratch. So if someone is transcribing your, verbal audio type of book, make sure that you are in control of the document that where you can access the typewritten document. Your final document should be yours, right? So where you can control that as well, and you can send it to whatever platform or upload it to whatever platform that you want. And like I said, I only say this because things happen and you will have a book that's actually published. Maybe something goes wrong and you need to change platforms. And so then you don't have the full document to actually upload it to the new platform. And that's because someone else has all of the control and you don't have your original document. So just be mindful of, when we don't know how to type, we don't know how to do anything but what we know how to do, it really hurts us in the long run. So if you have your audio copy of your book, that's yours. That's your gold. And always keep that. You keep a spare copy somewhere that no one else has access to, right? Maybe one of your most trusted family members or friends does have a copy. So that way, okay, if I have to start over, at least I have this to start from, right? So if something goes awry in the middle of typing the book, at least you have the majority of it done. And then you can think about, okay, let me find someone else or learn how to do these things that I'm asking someone else to do. I myself can type, so I would just type myself, right? But for people who don't know how to type, or they're just, that's not their thing, They're really relying on the person that they've hired to help them to do this. And sometimes relationships fall apart. I had a book that I was going to publish at the end of December. And the book was, um, it was a children's book. I did all the dimensions. Yay, happy about the dimensions. I give it to my editor. My editor's like, hey, we need different dimensions. I cannot find the people anywhere. I have WhatsApp them. I have emailed them, so I can't do anything else. I've tried. It's been since I think last November that I've been trying to reach them. My book was supposed to be done on New Year's Eve. And so now I have to just shift gears. It's February now. And so I'm just going to sit for a little bit longer and not stress about it. I know that I have the pictures, the illustrations, but it needs to be done differently, you know. And so I'll think about what I'm going to do next. But things like this happen and people disappear. And so you're not able to use what you had and you have to shift gears. And so it may mean that you're starting all over again. So that book, I will produce that book again, but it's just going to take me some time because I paid for a service and the people disappeared. So um, just pay attention, be mindful, know who you're dealing with. And it's not that these people that I was dealing with were bad people, because they did my other children's book and it was beautiful and people loved it. And the work that they did on this new book is beautiful. I love it. It's just that when I needed to contact them to make some adjustments, they are nowhere to be found. So, I learn, but I can't let that stop me and say I'm not going to do this book. It just means I have to shift gears. So that's just something for a food for thought, and to pay attention to your relationships that you have with people that you are having doing your book, and the things that you don't know, read up on it so that you do know enough to communicate what it is that you need to communicate to get whatever it is you want to get, right? So, and in my case, I wanted my book to be a certain size. And so, me having that in mind, not thinking about the dimensions of what's required for my platform. So, it's kind of like, I want this book to be this little tiny book that kids can carry around. Well, the platform doesn't allow for that. So, that was my fault for doing that. But I need to find someone to fix what I did, right? Fix what they did for me. So, yeah, so we learn. So that's just, hopefully that'll help you in the future going forward about what you should do in situations where, people disappear, or people that you trusted, they you want them to do something and then they do something else, and so you have to shift gears. Excuse me. So I hope this helped you, and take care. Yeah, take care. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing this video.